Hey guys, guess who's back? I am back. It's been forever. I think the last time I actually posted a video on YouTube was like 6 months ago. And trust me, guys, this was not planned. Sometimes life happens and we all need a break to reevaluate some things. But what matters is that I'm back. People say that our thoughts are deeper at night, and we all have these like deep thoughts at night. And if you say no, means you're just not a deep person. And I like deep people. I like people who actually romanticize life, you know? Because I like to romanticize life a lot. Like, guys, the simplest things in life, I romanticize them. I try to see every single moment as something important in my life. And I think that if you don't appreciate the small moments in your life, you'll never be able to receive big ones. There is a reason why I'm filming this in the park because I really feel like when I'm around nature, I'm calm, I can express myself better. And I think like if you ever feel like your thoughts are all over the place, just go somewhere where there's like trees, nature. At least it works for me. And listen to some music, to something calm. Try to like pray. These are like fireworks. I don't know if you can hear them. Try to like pray. Um Remember like the little things in your life. As I said, think about like what do you romanticize in your life? What are you grateful for? And yeah, that's what I like doing usually. So I wanted to take you guys with me today in that vulnerable place where I like sitting and just like connecting with myself, nature, reflecting on my life and what I really want. I think that for a moment, people think that we should have everything figured out, but in reality, no one has anything figured out in life. I don't think we ever get to the point where we have everything figured out. I really think that we don't live like we're not in heaven. So we obviously, as humans, will never have the perfect life. And it's sad to say that on social media, everyone is trying to show a perfect life that does not exist in reality. In those 6 months where I have disappeared, everything changed and nothing changed, but there's one thing that hasn't changed. Guess what? My microphone. I started filming with this mic and I wanted to like keep my loyalty and stick to it, but I promise I'm gonna change it. I promise. Promise I'm gonna change it. Guys, I can't. Like this is like I don't know, it's my baby. I think every like girl or boy has like compared themselves one way or another to someone on social media. And I mean there's nothing bad to actually look up to someone, but what is bad is when you actually see that in a like negative way where you basically try to be like someone else. As a girl in her early 20s, well, I guess not too early anymore. I don't know if I would say I'm like yet in my early 20s, but um, I was one of these people, and I think I'm still one that sometimes, you know, sometimes let's say you think you want something because everyone is doing it, right? I don't know if this ever happened to you where you thought, oh, maybe I should do this career, maybe I should like film this, maybe I should. There's so many things that I thought that I should be doing just because everyone else is doing it. But then after I reflected with myself, I'm like, no, I don't have to do this just because this person did it. I don't have to act in a certain way just because someone else did. I'm just in my own journey. And I think you're not really sure of what you want unless you like try things and then you realize this is not what I want for myself. Because you don't discover yourself without making mistakes. You literally can't. There is no way you can discover yourself without failing, without um, going through hardships, without doing something that you thought that would be amazing. That's the perfect opportunity. And then you just discover that that was probably like the worst thing you could have done. But guess what? You learned from it. And that's all that matters. I think everything I've done so far, I've learned something from it. Nothing is a loss. Literally nothing in life is a loss. It's either you get something from it or you just don't. And if you don't, you probably learned and you know exactly what you want. So it's okay to sometimes risk stuff and then, you know, realize and know this is not what you expected the outcome to be like. Okay, so I was speaking to a friend earlier. We were catching up about life, and she's basically on a self discovery journey, and so am I. And we're speaking about how a lot of times in our 20's, we basically put a pressure on ourselves because we think that everything like we need to like check a list, like you have to be in a relationship or be married, have kids, um have a house, have a job, what else, have a discover maybe your passion. A lot of people still don't know what their passion is. Some people are 30 and they still don't know that. So I don't know, like I feel like we put a lot of pressure on ourselves. This is like a whole video I'm gonna talk about. I think there's a lot of thoughts I have, and I had to watch documentaries and document like people's experiences about that, including my experience, so I can really try to understand um, why there's this idea that we need to have everything figured out at early age. And I really do think that, again, social media does take the blame for that, I have to say. Especially because, like, you see, there's a lot of like teenagers that are watching and they just think that this is how the world is. It should be ideal. When I was a teenager, I could remember I used to think that when I'm gonna be in my 20's, I'm gonna be married, I'm gonna have kids. I thought that by that age, I'm gonna have my dream life. That's exactly what I used to think, literally. So, as I was saying, for the longest time, I used to feel like pressured to do things right away. Like if I want something, I want it right away. Like if I want to get done with something, whether it's work or um a trip, so many things. Like I used to rush things and pressure myself like, "Oh my god, um if I can't do this right now, I'm going to miss out on it. I have to do it. I have to get done with it right now." This is like, FOMO basically. I used to feel FOMO about things. And then I started thinking, what are we even leaving on this earth? Like honestly, nothing. When I'm gonna die, I'm not gonna leave anything on this earth but memories, but good things I've done, but how I made other people feel, how I made myself feel. This is the only thing that's gonna be left. Okay, maybe this is better, maybe not. So, what was I saying? Yeah, for example, I've been like procrastinating therapy for the longest time. I was like, it's a lot of finances. I don't need that. I can like use this money for something else. Like that's what I used to think, right? Um, I'm trying not to show this building behind. Okay, anyways. Um, I was like that it's not maybe that important for now, you know? I would like to say that um after a while of processing and being by myself, I think when you're by yourself, you reflect on so many things. when you're sitting alone. Because when you're around people, it's very easy to not self reflect, I could say, because you're just busy, you're surrounded by noise and all of that. But when you're like by yourself, and that's when you like reflect on so many things, and you either take decisions or you let yourself go. I've said the word right maybe like 50 times. Please, please forgive me. Please, mom and sir, please. Okay, so I was saying, then I took the decision. I'm like, I need to go to therapy. I started therapy and haven't started a long time ago, but honestly, best decision I've done in my life. Obviously, you do the work. Like the therapist is not gonna like do the work for you, but I'm not the type of person that like would open up to like my friends or family because I feel like most of the time I'm not understood 100%, and I think that I don't like want to be like a burden. I don't want to like talk about myself all the time. So I'd rather just like talk to someone else that would listen to me and for hours because I have like so many thoughts in my head. I have so much energy, guys. Sometimes like when I'm home, I keep talking, 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 and I feel like my family, well, I don't live with my family, but when I'm around them, 70% of the time they complain about how much I talk because I have so much energy in me, and I feel like sometimes I think they're like generation is different, so they don't understand that. They don't understand like where I come from. Um I mean, when I say where I come from, not I mean country, like where I come from as in like as a person, because they're my parents, but we have a lot of differences, you know? I'm my own person after all. So they do not have to really understand me because they come from a different generation, they come from a different time, they were raised in a different way. I was saying that therapy was one of the decisions that I took. It's very small, but it's like something I'm really proud of, and it's like a step in my life, right? So reflecting back on that, I like think again that my problems are too small compared to other people. And to other people, their problems are too big. But if you think about it, there's no big or small problem. Every problem is going to be big or small to you, like depending on how you feel about it. Also, most of us have unresolved childhood trauma. And even if you say you don't, it's not possible because our parents, like generation, they dealt with a lot of, okay, I'm gonna turn the camera, oops, a lot of bad experiences, and unfortunately I would like to say 70% because I don't know if it's for everyone, but a lot of time this had to be carried on the next generation, which is my generation, Gen Z. So now people are more aware about mental health and they're trying to like work on it even more, so that's a good thing. So yeah, whether the problem is big or small, you're not alone. There's like so many people you'd be surprised are going through the same thing, or not exactly the same thing but something else, and getting to therapy is going to help you a lot with self-reflection. I've tried life coaching, but I didn't really like it because in the life coaching session, basically you're being asked like a lot of questions. And for example, let's say they ask the how do we call it, I wouldn't say the doctor, well, the whatever, you get me. It's gonna ask you like, for instance, why did you do this? And then you're gonna tell him what happened, and then you're gonna answer why, and then you're gonna answer, and then you're gonna say why. Every single answer is gonna be carried with a why. And that was like too stressful for me. But it helped me learn a lot. But I don't think, for example, that personally, I don't think I benefit from life coaching. I think I prefer therapy because you need to work first on the inside, and then you can work on your life aspects, and then yeah. But everyone does what's best for them after all. And I'm very happy to talk to you guys. Honestly, it was very, I would say, warm, wholesome, and freeing. These are the words. And I promise to do more videos, stay in contact, and yeah, post more. I hope you guys enjoy listening to this. And remember, you're not alone. And always, always, always seek help if you have to. Bye, guys. Love you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. And if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Good night. I'm gonna go on a walk right now.